Oh. He just Freddy Kruegered his tongue right out of his mouth. Holy shit. Oh, that ain't good. I recognize you, Mr. Freddy Krueger. Bro, when I see Freddy Krueger rip out a man's tongue, I already know it's gonna be bad. But when seemingly I think the same person pops up to my boy Zanka, do I assume Zanka makes it? Yes, but maybe not without his tongue. I am genuinely concerned, but what a banger of an episode. You make sure you drop a like though, show your support, subscribe if you're around your Patreon, full live reactions. So, I really expected a chill episode. Cause like, you know, it's Rudo's party, hey, he's here, we're drinking, we're having fun, we're getting to know the gang, and I'm like, okay, you know, cool. And yeah, you know, I thought it was a little weird that the opening wasn't playing within like the first 5 minutes, so I was like, oh, maybe they're skipping it this week. They play it around like the 8-minute mark, but boy golly, do they just sideswipe you with Freddy Krueger popping up. I mean, you start that scene with the man having no arm, and seemingly he was being tortured for information. I don't think any amount of information was going to stop that torturing, but the way he, like, goes in that mouth, and I think he quite literally ripped the entire tongue out, is insane work to me. I like what they're doing overall with this world. I appreciate that it's a 2-core, meaning we get those simpler moments to flesh out the world and its characters. Like that scene with Rudo. So, I've been saying it for a bit, Engine and Rudo, it's really nice that brother energy they got. Like, it's very much a trollish kind of shit disturber big brother, but still, big brother nonetheless. And then you get this man who's like, hey bro, like, thanks, like you were of great help yesterday. And he's like, I didn't do shit, I lost control. And he's like, you did good, man, it's a team effort. Like, it just felt like that calm big brother energy. And immediately I'm like, if this man dies, which I assume he will at some point because they're gonna want to crush my heart, I will be devastated. But it was nice because Rudo went from very little connection on the surface, and what he had was killed or betrayed him. So now he's very hesitant to open up to anyone, and he's like, I just need to rush to the surface. And this man's like, bro, what do you want to do? Figure out what you want to do and make that your goal. Like, stop caring about being the strongest. Just find it what it is that makes you happy. And I assume it's something to do with repurposing trash. Like, that's the thing that in episode 1 they made it seem like he was very much into, like, the, you know, turning trash into treasure. So I assume it's going to be something like that. But either way, it was nice. And the idea that a character like Zanka is like, I don't trust this little kid. Like, I get it, overall. But the idea that they go on this mission where they hear that there's another, basically, surface dweller. I think they call them spherites or whatever. And I knew it was going to be sus. I just didn't know what type of sus it was going to be. Immediately, the woman gave me the vibe that she wouldn't kill you, but she would experiment on you. Like, she'd cut you open, see what's inside, see what color you are and when you bleed, stuff like that. And when she pushes us towards the Chucky doll, I'm like, oh, yeah, that ain't good. Seemingly, her partners in crime, they want to kidnap, not kill, but I don't know, it's a little sus. The thing is I really like seeing what these warriors are capable of. Last week with our girl, she, insane work. This week, Zanka. I mean, it was a 2v1, and we essentially have, like, the woman's ability was like this little hand shovel, right? And she made, like, these mud people, marionettes, and they were attacking, and then Buddy was able to pop up throughout them, and, you know, it was a good combo. They complemented each other very well. Unfortunately, to see how easily he stomped on them after getting kind of his shit pushed in, he did one sonar blast, saw where you are, one-tapped each of them. I'm like, okay, Zanka is the homie. And I was good. I was like, yeah, that was a great episode. We got the Rudo characterization. I'm like, you don't need to do anything. Let's just put a bow on this bad boy, and then he pops up. And if that wasn't the Freddy Krueger motherfucker who ripped out a tongue, I'm still terrified. Because no matter what, Freddy Krueger's out here ripping tongues out and cutting off limbs for information. Rudo is not ready for that type of interrogation, bro. I am interested, though, because I've often seen this recently with anime fans. If your MC isn't the most overpowered person from day one and struggles or has insecurities, they're labeled weak. Like, they're not good enough. Where's my Goku? Why can't they just be the best? And I don't get it. I really don't. Maybe it's a mixture of TikTok ruining attention spans, the younger generations not knowing what's good. I don't know. But either way, Rudo having to work for greatness while being surrounded by greatness, And while Yes has an amazing ability, his gloves, if he masters it, he can turn anything into a weapon, which no one else can do. Everyone has a specific item that is their weapon. So it's not to say that he won't be busted and broken, but to make him, not only on a physical power level, forced to achieve it through a lot of determination and training, but his emotional state is very fractured. That's a good character arc. That's a good story hook. And in the meantime, there's going to be so much chaos, whether it's last episode with a trash beast, which are able to, apparently, same thing as these characters, use their magical abilities, and unless you destroy that object, you ain't destroying them. And who knows what type of raider nonsense we're going to deal with, who may have no limits in terms of what they're capable of. That's really engaging. Like, this is the farthest thing from boring or surface level, but I do generally worry about anime fans, because often shows that do try to do something like this, they get labeled as shit and weak and pathetic and all these other nonsense for no particular reason. To be honest, my favorite thing about this show right now is actually the family dynamic. They did touch upon the fact that I really thought everyone was kind of equal in this group. The idea of that, yes, some don't have abilities, some do, but we all work together. Seemingly, some of the cleaners, they've experienced some hostility that, they're not as good as the main force. So there's obviously going to be that, but I do appreciate that there does still seem to be this team idea and effort and kind of mentality overall. And even if there is some hostility among some of them, it feels like as a whole, it's a group of family members and allies that will have each other's back. And the fact that overall they're not really ostracizing Rudo. Like, sure, most of them probably showed up because it was free food and booze, but it didn't feel like oh, screw this kid, he's not. No, it's like the only one who's really shitting on Rudo is Rudo himself and potentially Zanka. But Zanka, obviously, he didn't get on the best foot with him to begin with. And if you look at how he was initially before the shit slinging, he actually was pretty nice to him. So I think they're doing great. I think the production's fantastic. Our girl's hips, though, in that one scene, she needs to eat more. Yes, she had a plate full of food, but I'm convinced she might be anorexic and throwing that shit up when no one's looking. That just wasn't right. But you can let me know what you thought down below. Do you think our boy Zanka's going to be wounded? My assumption is he might get some scars, but that's it. But boy golly, would it be messed up if such a badass character loses a limb already. But hey, I read the Walking Dead comics, and that happened pretty early in that show too, so who knows. You let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around your Patreon. Of course, is where you catch my full live reactions and other exclusives, like I give video shoutouts to all my patrons. So today we got Edvar, Golden Angel 1517, Ashura, Thrilled Axis 709, Proof Space, SW Me, Nanodog, Jmons 9173, and we also have Durhosh. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Have a good one.